everyone, welcome to the channel. If you've been around for a little bit, awesome, great to see you again. If you're new to the channel, welcome to the group. Today we'll be practicing to find our edge. I find it that a lot of times we can stop ourselves from learning, from growing, because we're so afraid that we're going to fail. And that's not a good place to be, because growth happens out of our comfort zone. Growth happens because we fail. And the poses that I'm going to bring into this practice may not feel like super easy to do. It might be a little bit challenging for you, but I really want to encourage you to try it out, to see what happens. Like, how does your body react when you think that, quote unquote, you're failing? Because you're going to for sure experience that in life. And if you're letting the fear of failure, stop you from trying new things, I think it could be a good time to start to change that. So it might be a good idea to have a yoga block and your strap or anything that looks like these things. And we're going to get started on our backs. So get yourself settled in there. Make sure that your strap and your block are handy. And as you arrive in here, as always, let's start by connecting with the breath. So as you lay down, let yourself find any position that feels homey for you at this moment. Might be Savasana, might be something else. Let yourself notice your breath. Noticing the micro movements that happen in your physical body as you breathe. Really using this moment to ground yourself into your practice. If there is any specific reason why you chose to practice this video today, let that be your intention, whatever brought you here. And then enjoy your last breath, inhaling deeply through the nose, sighing out the mouth. The eyes were closed. You can now start to reopen them. And let's take a full body stretch in here. So send your arms up and overhead, point your toes, get really long. And then exhale, pull your right knee into your chest, grab a hold of your strap, and we're going to put the strap around your right foot. Start to send your foot up to the sky and hold your strap with both of your hands. From here, we're going to start to bend your knee, bend your elbows, and then re-extend the leg, extend the elbow. Twice more, just like that. So bend the knee, bend elbows, and then re-extend everything. Last round, bend it in, and kick it away. Awesome. Now holding the strap with your right hand, let your right leg start to fall all the way to the right side of the room. You might notice that your left bum wants to come out of the mat. Don't let that happen. Bring your left hand onto your left leg and really ground your left bum back. You might feel that your right leg cannot go so far now, and that's a good thing. Flex your left toes. Give yourself a sense of stability in here. It's only from stability that we can find freedom. And then start to bring your leg all the way back up to the sky. Switch your hands on the strap, so now holding with your left. And let your right leg go all the way to the left side, right arm out to the side. Maybe even looking to the right side of the space. We're still breathing. We're still present. And then bring your right leg up to the sky and then switching. So now your left foot's going to come into the strap. I kind of just like to switch them like that. I find it easier, but you do whatever you want. And then again, holding the strap with both of your hands. Flex your top foot. Flex your bottom foot. Arm and leg is long and extended. And then from here, start to bend knee, bend elbows. Pull it in. And then kick it away, extend it all. Twice more. Bend elbow, bend knee. Kick it away. Bend it in. Send it away. Holding with the left hand on your strap. Right hand comes onto the top of your right leg. Let the left leg come out to the side. I kind of like to bend my knee in here to give me a little bit of more support. But then flex your right toes. Drag that right heel down on the mat as you breathe. With your next breath in, your leg is going to rise back up once again. Switch your hands on the strap. Left leg now to the right side. Left arm extends wide. Maybe your gaze goes to the left. Noticing the space you're creating, you're opening around the groins, around the hips. And within your lungs as well, as you breathe deeply in here. And then bring your foot back into the center. Release the strap out to the side. One more time. Full body stretch. And then knees into the chest. Hold behind your legs and rock yourself forward and backwards. Let's do it let's do it 3 times. And then cross your legs. Plant your hands. Find yourself in a tabletop position. Once you get in here, we're going to take 5 rounds of cat and cow. So inhale, look forward, broaden your collarbones, spread your sitting bones apart. And then exhale, curl yourself all the way in, press the floor away. Inhale, open up, squeeze the upper back muscles together. Let the belly be soft. And then exhale, curl yourself all the way in, chin comes to the chest. 3 more times with your breath. Inhale, open the front side body. And then exhale, open the backside body. 2 more times if you want to make these movements a little bit more animalistic. Let yourself do that. Exhale, curl it in. Last round. Inhale, open. Exhale, close it in. And then back to tabletop. Start to send your right arm forward in front of you. Left leg floats back behind. Flex your back toes. Spread your front fingers. Inhale here. Exhale, crunch and tap, elbow to knee. Inhale, take up space, open up. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, open up. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, open up. And then keep your back leg floating. Plant your right hand down. Kick your right foot out to the side. Come into a kneeling half moon shape. So left arm raises up to the sky. You imagine that you're trying to kick whatever is behind you with your back foot. And then get long, get tall in here. Through all directions. Last breath, inhale. And then exhale, bend your knee, reach your top hand around and back behind you. Catch a hold of your foot. Find a kneeling sugar king. Send your hips up and forward a little bit more. Both shoulders are connected on the backside body. Crown of the head reaching towards the front of the space that you're in. One more breath. And exhale, lower everything. Right away, bird dog on the other side. So left arm forward in front of you. Keep your right leg back behind you. And then exhale, crunch it in. Inhale, take up space. Get long. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, get long and tall. Exhale, crunch in the middle. Inhale, reach. And then lower your left hand. Keep your left foot out. Kneeling half moon. Right arm reaches up to the sky. Take up a lot of space by kicking that back foot back behind you. Squeeze the shoulder blades together on the back side. Last breath, inhale. And then kneeling sugar cane, bend your right knee, hold around with your right hand, and then try to make your right inner thigh really parallel with the mat. So instead of just like kicking yourself back, find a sense of, containment in here as you keep broadening and opening through the chest and shoulders. And then lower everything down. Keeping the toes tucked, take a full breath in. With your exhalation, send your hips up and back for your downward facing dog. As you arrive here on your down dog, let yourself pedal around with your legs, so bending one knee at a time, making sure that you have a really clear, good foundation with your hands. So spreading the fingers really wide, pressing the finger pads down, the four corners of your palms down. And then one more full breath. And then inhale, send your right leg up to the sky. Ekapada Adho Mukha Svanasana. Flex your top foot. The next time you exhale, crunch. Knee into the chest. Step your foot forward in between your hands. Lower down your back knee. Your hands are going to be down on the mat, or maybe you bring it up towards your knee. And from here, I want you to start pulsating back and forth. I want you to let your front knee pass the line of your bottom toes. Starting to wake up the ankles a little bit. Feeling the space. You're also opening at the same time around the hips. All right, and then from here, lower down both of your hands. Find your half split. Straightening up your front leg. Flex your front toes. Drag that heel down on the mat. And get long as you're breathing. All right, from here, we're going to point that back toes if they were tucked. And then start to walk your hands all the way back, back, back. Slide your front foot back with you. And reach for that block. We're going to put it on the lowest height on the outside of your right foot. We're going to have 10 lift and lower with the foot in here. If you feel that is a lot for you to have your block right now, you can always take it out to the side. But if you feel like the lowest height is too low, you can also increase the height of it, okay? So flex your front toes. Your hands can come back behind you slightly so that you have a little bit more support to rise through the spine. And then make sure you're not sitting onto your left heel. Take a full breath in. And then start moving for 10 rounds. Your foot's going to go to the outside and back inside. Outside, back inside. Outside, back inside. And keep going just for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it back in. Put your block out to the side. Hands behind you or on the sides so that you can press yourself up and forward. Come back to your Anjaneyasana, low lunge. Full breath in. Exhale, plant your hands down, step your foot back, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg up to the sky. Exhale, knee to chest, step it through, lower down the back knee, feel the relief onto that right leg. And then once again, hands can come to the knee, or perhaps you wish to stay down. Remember, your hands can always come on that block as well. And then start to find your pulsations. If by any chance the back knee is sensitive, you can always fold your mat. Give yourself some extra cushion in there. Pulsate yourself back and forth. Passing, trying to really pass the knees passing the line of the toes. All right, from here, half split. Extending the front leg or extending-ish. Will all depend on the flexibility of your hamstrings on this day. And it's funny, I don't know like what happens. I don't know if it happens to you too. If it does, let me know. It doesn't matter how much I clean my mat, there's always stuff on it. Let me know if I'm not alone. All right, keep sending your hips towards your back foot. Dragging the heart forward and down. And then start to point your back toes. Kick it out to the side a little bit so when you sit down, you're not sitting on the top of the heel. And then walk your hands back as you find a seat. Grab that block. It's going to come on the outside of your leg, and you know where we're going right now. So hands behind you for a little bit more of support. And then we go for 10 rounds, starting now. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stop, block out to the side. Press your hands down on the floor so you can lift yourself away. Rise forward and up. Anjaneya, reach tall. And then hands down, step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, find your plank position. So stack shoulders on top of the wrists. And then exhale, lower down, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, look forward in between your hands. Exhale, walk or hop to the top of the mat. But if you have your strap on the back of the mat, bring it forward to the top corner so it's easy to access very soon. And then look forward, inhale, exhale, start to walk your way to Uttanasana as you fold. Inhale, hands to shins, halfway lift. Exhale, fold down. Adjust your feet for Utkatasana chair pose, so either closer together or hip width distance apart, depending on the space you have around your hips. But with your next breath in, bend knees, lower hips, reach arms up. Find your chair. Know that your chair can totally look different than mine, but from wherever height, wherever space you're in, I want you to really try to broaden your collarbones. So if it feels too tight to be in here, give yourself more space to breathe, to open yourself, to find your edge in here. And then keep dragging your sitting bones down towards the earth energetically. Lean your weight onto your left foot. One-legged chair pose. So float your right foot away from the mat just a little bit. Feel all the strength you're building onto your left leg and trust that you can be here. Even if it's really, really hard. Just for one more breath, inhale. And then exhale, hands come to your hip, right knee comes into the chest. Whew, release. And then kick that right leg forward in front of you. All right, now float your arms back behind you like wings, warrior 3. Float that right leg back behind you. And then plant your foot down. Inhale, rise, crescent lunge. Arms reach up. Take a full breath in. And then exhale, lean yourself forward, find your half moon. So left hand comes down to the floor or to the block. Make sure that your hand's right underneath your shoulders and a little bit out of the line of your bottom foot. And then kick that foot back behind. Just start to stack hip on top of hip, shoulder on top of shoulder. Open yourself to the right side as your right arm reaches up. From here, sugar cane, bend your knee, reach around with your hand. Open up yourself. All right, and then release. Step your foot parallel with the left. Grab a hold of your strap as you find your fold. Strap is going to rise with you, okay? So inhale, halfway lift, long spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up to stand, arms up to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart. All right. Bring your right knee into your chest. One-legged Tadasana. The strap is going to come around your right foot. You're going to start to kick and extend that leg forward in front of you. Just like we did laying down, I want you to have your arm extended in here. If you wobble, if you fall, you get back to it, right? Just like in life. That's how we find our edge. That's how we grow, by doing it over and over again. One more breath in here. And then exhale, bend the knee, bend the elbow, and then kick the leg in closer to you. With the next exhalation, kick the foot forward, re-extend your right leg. And now, option to start to try to bend your left knee as you kind of like pulsate your way down. Maybe one day this will be a pistol squat. Maybe not today, or maybe you are already there. Let yourself find your edge in here. Trust on your strength. Trust on your power to try new things. And don't be afraid of failing. There's nothing wrong with that. Failing is just, another way for you to know that you might need to give it a few more shots, to try again a few more times. And then stay for 5, 4, 3, 2, on 1. Release the strap. Plant your foot down. Inhale, reach both arms up to the sky. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, rise halfway. Exhale, plant your hands, your feet step back. Go straight to child's pose, knees wide as you lower down. 3 rounds of breath. Let yourself feel the strength, the resilience that you're breathing within your body, your breath, and your mind. And from here, start to roll yourself all the way onto your belly. Roll forward, roll down. Bring your hands wider than your mat onto the fingertips. Point your elbows up. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. The next time you inhale, rise into your gecko pose. Remember to really press the tops of the feet down as you rise in and out. Ooh, feel the space. Exhale, lower. Twice more. Breath in. And lower. Rise up. Lower down. Hands underneath the shoulders. Tuck your toes. Press yourself up and back. Downward facing dog. Inhale, look forward in between your hands. Exhale, walk or hop to the top of the mat. Inhale, hands come to your shins, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up to stand all the way. And bring your hands to your heart. From here, we're going to find Utkatasana, but coming from a standing position. So send your arms up to the sky. The next time you inhale, you bend your knees, sink your hips. Find your chair. Notice if there's any difference in your body from when you arrive here coming from up and down, than from when you came from folding all the way up. Sometimes exploring different ways to do the same thing is another way to build resilience, to find your edge. And then leaning now your weight onto your right foot, one-legged Tadasana as you slightly float your left foot away from the mat. This is hard, so be compassionate with yourself, or it might be easy for you. Stay for one more breath. Inhale. Exhale. Hands to hips, rise one-legged Tadasana, left knee into your chest. There we go. From here, kick your leg forward in front of you. And then float your arms back like wings. Find your warrior 3. Leg goes back behind you. All the way until you land your back foot down. Inhale, rise up to the sky. Both arms reach. With the next inhalation, lean forward, half moon. Right hand down, left arm up. Float your back leg. Flex your floating foot. And then try to stack hip to hip, shoulder to shoulder. Open up yourself. Your gaze can be down to the floor, in front of you, towards me, or maybe even up to the sky. What is your edge right now? And then from here, sugar cane. So bend your top knee, reach around with your hand. Remember to try to keep your left thigh parallel with the mat. And then step feet parallel as you forward fold. Grab your strap, have it handy. Take a breath in, halfway lift. With the breath out, you fold. Inhale as you rise up to stand. Both arms up to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart. Pistol squat, left leg. Hold your strap. And then lean onto your right. Bring your left knee in. Strap is going to go around your foot. Then we're going to start by holding it with the left hand. So arm extended, leg extended-ish. It will depend on the flexibility you have on your hamstring. So be okay with whatever it is right now. And then start to bend elbow, bend your knee, pull it in as close as you can. Find your focus with your eyes to help you with your balance, and then kick and re-extend. Elbow and knee. And then from here, start to pulsate your way down. We have a few breaths, a few seconds to be here exploring. Let yourself loose and find balance. That's a beautiful skill to cultivate. Knowing how to do it over and over again without letting the fear of quote unquote failure stop you. That's how we grow. A few more breaths. And here we stay for 5, 4, 3, 2, on 1. Let go of the strap. Plant your foot down. Inhale, reach both arms up to the sky. Exhale, Uttanasana fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step your feet back. Let's find a vinyasa. So inhale, find your plank. Exhale, lower down, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. And this time, let's find child's pose. Knees wide, big toes together. Hold down. 3 breaths in here. Every single time that we face our edges, it can become a little bit tricky. But it's a good practice to start noticing what are the patterns of thoughts that cross your mind when you wish you could have done something, but you actually couldn't. But then at the same time, like what happens when you thought you couldn't do something and you actually did it? It can go both ways. And the only way for you to achieve something that you thought it wasn't possible, it's by having the courage to find your edge and to move through it. Your breath can be a good friend to help you with that. So take one more full breath in here. Let's do it. Inhale. And sigh it out. Nice. Walk your hands closer to your knee and then press yourself up as you rise. Legs are going to go forward in front of you. We're not going to need our straps anymore, so you can put it on the side, but bring your block or book or whatever you have within you. As you lay down, make your feet as wide as your hip. Squeeze your shoulder blades together on the backside body. And we're going to go for a restorative version of bridge pose. So you're going to choose what height do you want to have your block. This is the lowest, medium height, and highest height. And you're going to position your block underneath your sacrum. So simply start to lift your hips and then play around with the height of the block. The block is going to go underneath the sacrum, which is that like triangular bone that we have right underneath our low back. So find that spot where you feel stable and no pain at all. So if there's something painful in there, you move the block around or even, choose to not use the block at all. And then let your arms relax alongside your body. Take a full, big belly breath in here, meaning feel the belly rise, ribs, chest. Let go. Now our last pose before Savasana, I want to invite that you either stay here, and if you want to take more of active bridge pose by lifting your hips away from the block, contracting everything into the midline you can. Otherwise, bring your block onto the lowest set, and then extend your leg towards the right corner of your mat, your left leg towards the left corner of your mat. And send your arms up and overhead in a big wide V. And breathe into the space that you're creating here onto your front thighs. Honoring yourself and the journey that you've been through. And releasing any expectations of how this practice should have been. Knowing that if it didn't go as you wanted or planned, you can always do it over and over again. While you're breathing, There's no ending. You can try as many times as you want until you get whatever it is. And then from here, we're going to all release. So if you're in your active bridge pose, you can remove the block and lower yourself all the way down. If you have your whole body extended, now it's time to rebend your knees. Bring your arm alongside your body. Press your heels down and then remove the block. And then we'll all come with the knees into your chest as we give ourselves our final hug and squeeze in here. Of course, if there's any other symmetrical pose that you would like to take before Savasana, like happy baby, legs up the wall, plow, you can go ahead and do that. But I'm going to guide us straight into Savasana right now. But take your time. You're doing your practice at your home, and you're always your own best teacher. And then start to release your legs and your arms long. Make yourself warm, make yourself comfortable to be here for a few breaths. Let your belly be very soft. Unclench your jaw. Disconnect your tongue from the roof of the mouth. And just notice if you're holding any tension on your eyebrows or in the space in between them. See if you can release that as well. And then I invite you to stay in Shavasana from 5 to 10 very slow and steady breaths. You can stay for shorter or longer if that will benefit you more in this moment. But I'd like to thank you for practicing today with me, and use this time in Shavasana to really integrate the whole practice we did today. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, this might be a good time to do that. Whatever you choose, I hope to see you very soon. Namaste.